Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
That's all praises to the world calls God. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Ba'ashem meaning in the name, Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. You know, this is Gms Arizona, another week. And we coming down to the line where, this year's ending real soon, bro. The Lord said he was going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. They really do feel like the days is short as hell, man. About to be in November. Another 2 weeks. That's it. And, this government shutdown is just intensifying. And now we about to see them cut all benefits because they're running out of money as of November 1st. All right, so your food stamps, your housing assistance, Social Security, military disability, all those things is on the chopping block. And Trump said they're going to get rid of all the Democratic programs, man. And what are they? They basically label the Democrats as the liberal programs, the socialist programs, things that look out for the little man. So they're going to get rid of that. So what does that mean for the average person, man? Especially the nigga woman, bro. Or all the tribes of the women, man. All the women of the tribe, Salakia. That means what? The vintage is felon, bro. You ain't got shit to depend on if you ain't got a man. The scriptures tell you the man shall be a covert from the storm. Right? And a lot of these women have burnt the bridges to where they don't have any fucking cover. You've been proud the scriptures talk about the pride that Israel showed to the Lord. Well, these women have showed pride to their men. And just like the Lord turned his back on us for a while, you women about to get the back turned on you. And Big Daddy Esau gonna start it off, but it's gonna trickle down, and your time is just gonna be hell, man. You get that, mention something.
This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
And how they've been careless, man. They acted like they didn't need a man. They had the social benefits that America gives you, so they didn't think they didn't need a man. They said it. There was a whole culture of it, man. I remember growing up in the 90s, bro. It's like every fucking movie with a nigga woman was, oh, I don't need no man. I can do that all by myself. Then you got the Tyler Perry movies come out, and it just ran them up too. Like, bro, now we're in a time where women just sitting there being like, hey, I'll take a roommate. You know, you want to move in with me? Women are literally on social media saying, I'm lonely. Like, you would have never fucking heard that. You never would have heard that, man. And now it's happening, man. So we about to see the pride fall off a lot of these women, man. I was watching the elder Mwatazak's video. He talked about he had an experience with a Jake female, young, 28, 30 or something like that, around those ages. And she was outside on Walmart asking for change, and her face lit up when the elder gave her a little bit of change. That's a humility that women in these other nations know, but you women here are gonna experience that.
And this is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down. And the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Right? Scripture saying in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, man, that pride hath budded. Even when we read 2nd Ezra the 8th chapter, it says the Lord is preparing great miseries for them that dwell in the latter time because they have walked in great pride. So that's what we're seeing in this time, man, where pride is increasing. But because of that pride is increasing, man, the heavy hand of the Lord's judgment is about to come down without mercy, man. It says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Right, verse 17, it says, and the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day.
That's it. Got one where it says, butted into a rod. Get your precept, bro.
All right, Con, going back into them women too, this is Isaiah 32 and verse 12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, and them teats going into the pleasure, going into those foods and all those things that y'all have wanted, all the dainties and whatnot that are about to get snatched up away from y'all. As the brother was saying too, going into that DT's begging, Donald Trump's basically taking away everything from y'all, from the food stamps to everything else, even housing and whatnot. So at the end of the day, everything's gonna be stripped from y'all.
Yeah, and you're seeing it right now. Who's that? That's Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, where it says, the Lord is going to remove from you the tinkling ornaments of the feet. All those dainties are getting removed, man. Like these jobs that these women have, a lot of those are customer service jobs. They're phasing that shit out. All that shit's getting phased out, man. That's why they're talking about the main jobs that's going to be out here is electricians, plumbers, and plumbers. Like you, and especially for these data centers, these big ass super data centers that they're creating everywhere. You need plumbing to cool down the systems. You need electricians to make sure everything's working right. And those are really going to be the only jobs left. They just showed a BMW had a humanoid robot working 10 hours straight for 5 months now. You don't think they're gonna bring out that data and be like, "Yep, we can get rid of these workers, bro"?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. They were saying that. I remember growing up. One of the things they pushed in school, the narrative was that if you worked a labor job, then you were just a dummy. You know, you were a blockhead. But really, you know, you cannot replace labor work, man. You know, computers. You know, it'd be hard for like a computerized system to like, you know, lay concrete. How you gonna do that?
Yeah.
You know.
But labor jobs, bro. Them motherfuckers is intricate. I be watching those videos where they be building houses. Bro, those are some of the most intelligent motherfuckers. I'm convinced those are some of the most intelligent motherfuckers around, bro.
There's a lot of math involved.
Yeah. And you get that shit on the fly and get it right, and throw up a piece of wood and it fit right in place. Get a certain pipe bended to a certain angle. Bro, you gotta be smart as fuck to do that, bro.
This is a post that I seen. It says electricians and plumbers may have a secure future, according to billionaire Jensen Huang, CEO of U.S. chip giant NVIDIA, who said they will be the big winners in the AI race, as the skilled trade segment of the economy is set to experience a boom. So skilled trades, you know, they're planning to put a lot of AI to it, but you know, occupations, trades like plumbers and electricians it's gonna be highly sought out.
Yeah.
And that's the narrative they push.
Yeah. And historically, women don't have the endurance to do those type of jobs. Yeah, you can learn it. You have endurance to do that for fucking 8 hours out of the day in the different heat, the cold, digging, being dirty all fucking day. Women don't have that ability like that. So what's gonna happen to you in this time, man? Right? And then these social services that's getting cut off. A lot of these older people, they get housing assistance. You're about to see a bunch of people's grandmas getting evicted because they're not doing no fucking eviction pause like they did during COVID. That shit ain't happening, bro. This time they gonna get niggas out of it. It's about to be brutal, man. Go ahead, finish.
So Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail you.
Good, got that word for vintage. The vintage is about to fail. The vintage is failing. Right? They were already cutting food stamps for certain people. They was bugging out. Bugging out, man. You have to have video with that one Judite woman who's sitting there crying, sitting there saying, it's the government's job to take care of my kids. No, they chose their God, and now their God is coming against them, man.
Right.
The other one in Ezekiel where it says the Lord is going to turn their lovers against them.
Okay.
There's another one that says turn to your lovers for them to deliver you.
Yep.
Those that you trusted, the work of man's hand. You know, all these idols, all these different virgins that our people trusted, man. In those days, you know, they're gonna sought that counsel from them or that deliverance. It's not gonna, you know, because right now they benefit or they have the illusion that all the good that they get it because of all those prayers that they put up. But in reality, it's just a curse because you have that treaty with that churl, you know, that pact with death. And that's really what benefited our people for all this time. But you see, the Lord's about to cut that shit out. The Lord's gonna, disannul the deal that our people made with death.
Yep.
You know, and that's where all that suffering is gonna come into the barrios, the ghettos, the hoods.
Yeah.
Especially in those areas, man, because that's really where the people are more vulnerable. They don't got no type of resources to keep them a fucking day in advance because they're wicked, bro. The scriptures say that the Lord got curses upon us, and they're just gonna magnify in that day when Esau comes up, goes up in those neighborhoods, you know.
Yeah. And
It's gonna be the worst time, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Because once the sedition starts kicking in, from people not having those benefits, what do you think Trump is gonna do? He already essentially labeled the American citizen as a civilian threat. So when niggas start rioting in the streets, it's just gonna justify pulling in the real military.
Yep.
Remember, the scriptures tell you the Lord was going to send a troop against you. A troop is gonna come in suddenly, man. This is the, if this shutdown continues how it is, November might be a crazy ass fucking
Right.
month. Yeah.
Or put it like this. From here moving out forward, you know, all this to really culminate to they just wanted to bring in the MOTV.
Yeah.
Them changing the system. You know, I went to the store the other day and I seen there was on the counter there was a sticker that was saying that the U.S. Treasury they no longer want to give out pennies.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, this is just they're rounding your money to the nearest nickel.
Yeah.
So you know, all this really could be the government shutdown is really they're just trying to implement the new system, man.
Yeah.
The NWO, they're like, it's time to go.
That's why the financial markets is crashing. Cryptocurrency lost, like, I remember crypto was at something around like 60,000 per coin. Now it's at 23. You got people lose, I think it was like 65% of what they fucking put in the market.
And then they're labeling Jake the enemy now, bro. Now they're painting you. Because I was telling my mom when we were driving, I picked her up and shit, and I was telling her about all that's going on. And who they're rounding up? They ain't rounding up these Arabs or these Chinese or any other nation. Hey, you best believe all these nations have their immigrants out here, man. But why are they making the picture boy or the enemy, what they call Al Capone, public enemy number one?
Yeah.
They're making it our people, man. Not only the tribes, they started with the tribes, but now it's moving towards Jake. Jake's getting rounded up, bro. There's videos of Jake on the floor with a federal agent over them and shit, man.
Yeah.
That ain't fucking a coincidence. That's a war tactic that they're employing on the populace, you know?
You know, it's kind of interesting, man, because it's kind of like, it's to the point now where, like, what's it going to take for you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans to understand that this devil doesn't like you, man? You know? It's like, it's blatant in your face.
Yeah.
You know, like the brother said, they coming for you outwardly, deliberately. You know? This dude, he got they sat on his neck, remember?
Yeah.
George Floyd, bro. In broad daylight, bro. They ain't doing that to Chinese people. They ain't doing that to Arabs. Like the brother mentioned, bro. Always you starting with you Jakes, bro. Straight up. Starting with Judah, bro. Like when the dude's gonna wake up, man. You know, but hey, that just goes to show you that, you know, the election has attained it, but the rest were blinded.
You can see that they're literally trying to implement that same slavery thing where they put the hell on Judah and the rest of the tribes fear.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that shit, but Judah tired, man. Judah tired of the shit. And you can see it. That there was a little, like 19-year-old Judite kid. I think it was Benjamin. And they hawked him down. He wasn't doing shit. They ended up letting him go like 24 hours later. His mom was going to town on the motherfuckers, bro. You know, a nigga, once you start talking, boy, that's like the scriptures say, send a loud wife against your enemy. Bro, them niggas was like, man, is this bitch gonna go? They was tired of it, bro. And you look at the situation like they're doing this, like they really think Esau really believes that, like the scriptures say, affliction shall not rise up the second time. They really think that they're going to be able to use the same game plan and it's going to work. But we're at the end of the day, the Lord already woke up his people. The revealing started. Men have washed away and cleaned up their act for the Lord. And you think you're going to be able to do? Nah, fuck all that, bro. You can see it. And when these shutdowns, all this stuff intensifies, Judah going to be fucking terror, bro. You let a nigga go without a meal?
You kind of see it already, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of, what they call that, like, build up tension, build up, just anger, man. Like, especially when, you know, all that history's there, you've just been reading about it, and, you know, you just thought that was just going to be the end of it. And now the Lord's going to give you the opportunity to have your hand on your enemy and shit, man.
Yep.
The Lord's actually going to create an event on the earth that's going to allow, nation to fight against people, to fight one against another, man. It's going to turn up up in these streets. It's going to be really a survival of the fittest, and obviously Esau is going to gain that upper hand because he is going to establish that system, and that dogma is going to be implemented to everybody. But we're just seeing how all this is going to be orchestrated, and he's turning, he's creating that tension, man. But it's going to blow up on him on a way that he didn't think it was going to happen.
But if I may, can I get to this? Is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and I'll start at 9. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Genesis 49 and 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, that are gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? And see, right now, like the brothers are mentioning, Judah right now is some are couching down, some are slumbering and sleeping because they've been too long in captivity. Our people are they're looking for a nation to help them, and they have found none. But there is an awakening. There is a spirit that's going on where this truth is trickling. And I'm gonna say this: I'm starting to notice certain celebrities, the way they're speaking, the way they're conducting themselves. That they've been hearing the truth. You know it because it's too close. The morals and the standards what they're now starting to adhere by. You can tell that they've been, they've heard the truth.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, again, going back to what I said to the spirit, man. From the election I'm attending, but the rest were blinded. Some, because we're still waiting for the 1/3. I mean, we can't shut up the kingdom. There's people going to be saved out here. See?
For a lot of them, it's going to take that chaos. Like Thomas, right? What did he tell you? I wish I told him.
Yeah.
That it just basically put the spirit out there that it's going to be a level of like hell that certain people have to see for them to oh shit, let me run over there.
Hey, what these dudes were saying is true. Look at who's coming up after us. It's Esau. Because that's right. When the Edomites start rising up, then Judah's going to be like, you know what, man, this is it. They will start looking at all the white people. Be like, yo, you must be the problem because look at all these people that are getting. They're all white. And the thing with the in California with the riots and stuff like that, like Judah was in the cut, right? Not roused up. And let that hell start. Let Judah start catching that hell, and the tribes are gonna raise up. That's why the scriptures speak about I will bend the bow for Judah and fill it with Ephraim. The tribes is gonna go ahead and get that.
Zechariah 9, start at verse 12, says, turn you to hold, turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even to the day do I declare, I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow with Ephraim.
Right, because the scriptures speak about Israel being the armies of Israel. Turn back to the stronghold, because really, we're like an army when we set up on our feet. The tribes, when they get together, man, like, this is an army. This is an order. This is like a spiritual war being fought on the earth. See? And that's exactly what it is. And they know it. See? Because we're fighting against what? Against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. We always say it. This is like a priesthood on the right-hand side, as opposed to them, they're on the left-hand side.
And raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece.
Right, that's talking about the Israelites versus what? The Edomites.
And made thee as the sword of a mighty man.
Yeah. Because the Lord said he would. He would turn us into a threshing instrument. Right?
Having teeth.
Beat them out small. If I can make a point
Yeah.
what you were saying, right? That you brought up the Judah's Alliance World, right? Even when you go back to, remember that show that they had in Vegas with the two white tigers?
Yeah.
Right? They were, in the Lions too, the Lions did it as well. Them Lions was in captivity, the Tigers was in captivity, they did all the tricks. So many years. And them Lion and Tiger tamers, they were so confident. And one day, they got up and tore their asses up.
One of them got killed, right?
Yeah. One of the
They were fruits too, I think. That's probably why.
two tigers, two white tigers. So
They were fruits.
they it's nothing for the Lord to rise up that spirit. nothing for the Lord. And when you take food out of the animal's mouth and you don't feed them for a while, what happens? They start looking fucking vicious.
Yeah.
They start looking at you like, oh,
Yeah.
I know you're eating, but I'm not.
Right.
So then they're gonna look at you like, I got it. All right, well, if you're not gonna feed me, you're just gonna want to watch me die slow. Well, they're gonna fucking revolt. That's what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
Come. This is Isaiah chapter 51 and 20. It says, "Thy sons have fainted; they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of the Most High." And you can catch Jake in the in the inner cities and the barrios and the ghettos, at the street corners, man. Bro, angry, full of the curses, man. Full of the rebuke of the Lord, knowing that, hey, these things are going on because we turn against the Lord.
Yeah.
See, our people starting to see that, But low key, like, what does Jake do when he's going through hell and high water, man? He sit back and start thinking about the Most High. Really supposed to think about the Most High when you're doing good as well and bad, but our people are full of the fury, man. So some are not roused up, but hey, the scriptures speak about Jake still being full of that fury because hey, Judah's likened unto a lion for a reason.
Yeah.
You see, and you, like the brother said, you go poking the lion, and once the lion wakes up, it's curtains, man. But we'll tell you in Isaiah, man, that the Lord will thresh at once, man. The conquering lion of Judah. See? All right, going back to Genesis chapter 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. All right. Now, when you look up that word neck in the blue letter, I got it right here. It says it's Iraq. It says neck, back of the neck of fleeing foe. You see that? A fleeing foe. So it's talking about when Judah's hands are on the neck of the foes, it's because their ass is running away. You know what I'm saying? I think you're trying to grab somebody by his neck. That's total, like, somebody's afraid of you, man. When they running from you, you got to just snatch him by his neck. You see? That's the state of the enemies they're going to be in, bro. Real soon. And it tells you that in Baruch, man. And, wait patiently. Matter of fact, get that, brother. Wait patiently.
It's a position of superiority.
Yeah. It's like when you on the when you in the MMA, you got somebody in his back, you just hit him in the back of the head. That's that ground and pound. That sets you up for a lot of good submissions, man.
Because what the scripture says, it's prophesied that he would wound our heel, but we will wound his head.
Yep.
We're in the days when the Lord is going to give Jake liberty to go at you fucking Edomites, man. And really the perfection of that is when the elect is in power.
That's right. According to Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25, it reads, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck."
You see that? So hey man, when you step on somebody's neck, that's violent.
Got the ass.
Oh yeah. You really hate him, bro. Hey man, you trust and believe it. You step on somebody's neck, you can smash they bullet spots, their throat, Adam's apple, bro. That's
Yeah, the neck is a very, like, even in the physical, like, look at it, like, if you break your neck, bro, you're through. You're like, there ain't no rebuilding your neck. It has so many, like, ligaments, bones, like, so when you do away with someone's neck, it's a
fatal blow.
like, what would they call it in Mortal Kombat? A fatality, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's instant. You're dead. You slice your neck open, you're dead.
They got that term where the head goes, the body follows.
Yeah.
I think you got
get a
that
hold
main
of it.
artery, too.
Yeah, you got the main artery right there, the jugular. Then you got the cervical spine, bro. That shit's connected straight to the nervous system. So a lot of niggas, they break their neck. They're gonna be moving around with a no control for the rest of their life.
Imagine stepping on your enemy's neck, like one after another, like stepping stones.
Bro, that's kingly.
Yeah.
That's kingly.
Yeah, bro.
If brothers are gonna have that type of hatred on these like the way we're gonna get busy with the nations, man. When we go back into just putting them in order, it's gonna be some of the funnest, most wrote about things in the history of Israel, bro. Yeah. Especially when we conquer everybody under Yahweh Shai. When he gets all that, it's gonna be what the scriptures talk about it, the new writings of the house of Israel. It's gonna be some fucking what do you call it, like cinematic type events that we're gonna do, right?
Well, what does it say? The scriptures tell you, man. Somebody get that? He who was not to drink of the cup shall surely drink. Because here it is. Hey, look what they did to us and our children, bro. That was total submission. That was total conquering of their enemies, which is what, us, Israel. Why can't we do the same? And that's why we say, man. A lot of you Jakes don't have that kingdom mindset.
Really don't, bro.
Y'all don't want to have authority. Y'all don't want to conquer these other nations that the Lord has forever been reputed as nothing, man.
I do.
They've forever been reputed as the small part of the balance, bro. The Lord is with Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. That's right. That's why deep down inside, you're more special, man. Yeah. These Chinese ain't got nothing on you, man. These Arabs, these Indians, man. Africans, we're different people, bro.
Well, look at their society. The scriptures say time and chance happen to all men.
Yeah.
The Lord gave them a time to reign, and look at their societies, bro. Like, more I'm getting around the heathen, I'm like, yo, no matter who they are, they gotta be ruled over, bro.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like India, bro. How do you fucking fuck up a river so much that it's considered dead, and y'all niggas still bathing in it? Then, when it got so dirty, you made up a story saying, oh, that's not dirt in the river. That's the bubbles. That's the sins washing from your body.
That's foam.
Bro, foam, nigga.
That's nasty.
It's a dead river. Biologically, they classify it as a dead river. No oxygen in it. It's just fully polluted. And then, I was telling bros, I just came back from Japtown, right? Japan and shit. Them niggas out there, bro, yeah, it's a quiet society. It's clean.
They're eating everything.
They eat everything, but not only that, everything they put in the animes is 100% true. The bully culture, the amount of suicides, the fact that they raise up the kids. You go to daycare, everybody wears the same thing. You go to preschool, everybody wears the same thing. You get into high school, you wear the same thing. Even certain colleges, they wear the same thing. So they basically make you live for the organization, which is fine, but then you have no identity but a short period of time where you're not at work. Niggas are living out of fucking 7-Elevens every meal. These heathen don't deserve the fucking rule.
Hey, check it. So the four dirtiest cities, all right, in terms of quality, environmental pollution, along with why they rank poorly, it's Delhi, India, Lahore, Pakistan, Brinahat, India, and Dhaka, Bangladesh. These Indians are dirty as shit.
You see what they be doing?
Hey, they got piles of trash like this right there on like a regular screen.
Bro, you could be at a hotel.
Yeah.
You actually, you throw away this trash, they'll walk outside and throw it over the wall. Bro, them niggas need to be rolled over. They don't need any free will. You've had enough.
They don't believe in trash cans.
Bro, they don't believe in anything. They got all the spices in the world to make nice oils. And them niggas smell like straight ass.
Hey, bro, I just saw a picture of the dude with serving soup. He was in the barrel.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
He was in the barrel of soup. And he's serving people soup. He's in the barrel of soup, bro.
It's like they trying to make it look bad. Like sometimes it looks good, and then they start adding all kinds of different. I'm like, bro, like,
It was because they beat
stop messing
it.
with
They
that
beat
shit.
in
I'm
there.
like,
They always grab it like that.
Joe said, you need somebody to be there and tell you like, there.
Get your ass out the soup. Alright?
Make another batch. Nigga.
Yeah,
Start over.
He said to give it flavor.
I bet he didn't even take a shower. He went up in there, bro.
No, he didn't.
Scratching
going on.
India is humid, bro.
Hey, that's
Everybody
right.
got swap nuts over there.
Brad, check it out. Hey. You know how many people? Hey, did you see the picture? How many people was it?
Bro, it was right there.
It was like, that's normal to people, bro. They don't bat an eye. They do not think twice about the dirtiness out there.
This is Ecclesiastes 3:18. I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Wow.
That's the nations, man. Like Bro said, they need to be ruled over. They ain't got no order. See what I'm saying? That's the time we're living in, where everything's out of course. Because we're not where we need to be.
You don't let an ox just run around. That nigga can push somebody. Put his horns in somebody. That's what these nations are. They've been beasts. They moved around. They made their societies. They try to say the world. Bro, what's so cold is what's happened to the Palestinians. What proves these motherfuckers is beasts. What's happened to them Palestinians happened to Jake. Far fucking more. Far fucking more and worse. Right? But they didn't say nothing when it happened to Jake. But they wanted to say something when it happened to another heathen. Fuck y'all.
Right.
Bro, you gotta be ruled over, man, with rigor. Rigor, man. We can't let you have not one fucking second to breathe until you learn what righteousness is.
That's right.
Because what you built is fucking against nature, man.
Precept. That's what Lord's gonna give us, that spiritual power, bro, to like literally fucking materialize right there when they're about to do some mob shit. Because that's how the law's gonna go about. Like, we're gonna physically enforce it. Like, you're getting put to death if you do certain type of shit on the earth.
Hey, bro, I got this one to go with you on that.
The scriptures say that if they don't come up to one of the live feast days, that there's not gonna rain.
Man.
You know, so they're gonna be in a drought. That's a punishment right there.
But we're gonna be able to manipulate the weather, you know, so that we're gonna do that. We're gonna
Right.
on the right hand side.
What does it tell you in Daniel? It says that for the nations that will not serve you shall be utterly destroyed.
You're gonna have a brother fucking fly over that city. Like like that's what's gonna happen, man. For real. Like that's what bros are gonna be doing. You know, that's that power that the Heavenly Father's gonna give his men.
God mode.
God, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like Raiden. Eyes and power and shit. You gotta think like that, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't Yahweh Shai, did he show his wasn't he transfigured?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Showed his glory.
Yeah, he showed himself like
Come on, bro. This is from the book of Revelations 2:26. I'll start at, and it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So yeah, so to that brother's point, man, you know, they are gonna be broken, man. Hey, physically.
Right.
Okay, it's gonna be physically enforced, bro. You know, and it's probably going to be examples of people so that the others follow. So shit, bro, we put like a shit ton of them to death, man. So that it's put in perspective, bro, that hey, bro, you must be in subjection to our law, man. You will obey or die. Point blank.
And they did it to us, bro.
Yeah.
Over the last 400 or 500 years, man, they beat their way into us, man. Through you know, beating us, killing us, whipping us, you know, putting us in chains, oppressing us, and they beat their way into us to where now you can't even convince our people to get out of the mindset of the heathen.
Man.
It's completely seared into the minds of our people, and they did it through physical, you know, the things that they did to us physically, man. The scriptures talk about how they forwarded the affliction, you know, and they beat the Israelite way up out of us, man. They forced it. They forced us to eat, you know, abominable foods. They used to force Jake to do abominable things, man. You know, sleeping with their mothers and all types of wicked, foul shit that is more their way. Now you got in a couple weeks, Jake about to go out and celebrate, you know, this wicked ass holiday. They, you know, going into the fall, they're gonna celebrate more of it. They completely beat their way into our people and they did it by force. So, hey, the Lord is a balanced power, man. He's gonna give us our opportunities, Slakia, to do the same thing back to me. And that's fair, that's balanced.
This is Psalms 108:7. It says, from the sanctuary, this is in the GNT, it says, from the sanctuary the Most High has said, in triumph I will divide Shechem. This is a city in Manasseh, if I'm not mistaken.
it says, or Manasseh used to dwell, it says, it distributes Succoth Valley to my people. And Gilead is mine, and Manasseh too. Ephraim is my helmet, and Judah my royal scepter. But I will use Moab as my washpot, and I will throw my sandals on Edom. As a sign that I own it, I will shout in triumph over the Philistines, which goes to show you, like it says in Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, 1656, it says that, you know, although we all come from Adam, it's one people that's separate, which is Israel is separate, and that's the Lord's favor. That's why the law was given unto Israel to make them holy and separate. The law is given unto the other nations. Indeed, you guys are going to have to keep the same law we practice now in the kingdom once we're in power. And if you don't keep it, then it's going to be consequences for that. But like the brother was saying, you know, the heathen has to be ruled over, because even in their glory, because it is their heaven, you see how they live. You see what they do. You see their philosophies. You see their religions, which don't make any sense, right? You go into a Elamite restaurant, right, in America, and this motherfucker got a elephant with butterfly wings on it and octopus arms and all kind of shit.
And it depends diaper on it.
Yeah. And then you go buy donuts from a Moab shop, and this motherfucker got fat Buddha sitting in the corner with hella donuts around him and gold around his neck and money from the tips that they get from the tip jar. So it goes to show you, like, you other nations worship with the Most High created, right? You worship the sun, moon, stars, days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, months, and all kind of shit. We worship the Creator. All your gods are no gods, and it's going to be evident in the time to come. It's being made evident now. That's why we don't fear what's to come. The Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, right? Yeah, we have our moments and stuff like that because we're in these bodies, but when it comes down to it, Scriptures say, even thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Once we get that power, it's over. When you're going to see who's superior on earth. All you people are going to see it, including two-thirds of our people. Because two-thirds of our people, the only people y'all think superior is who actually rules over you, but that's not. That's why when it says, when you go to Isaiah 30 and 1 and Isaiah 31 and 1, it says you run to Egypt for help. But even back in the wilderness, when we came out of Egypt, y'all ran to Egypt for help, and everything. Let me make a captive so we can go to Egypt. Right? But a lot of you niggas died in the wilderness. Well, you niggas gonna die in America too. Okay? And 1/3 in the elect, which the elect is a part of the 1/3 is going to be delivered up out of here, man. Right. And Lord willing, we be those men.
Go ahead, brother. I got two quick ones. This is Obadiah, starting at verse 15. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall be upon thine own head.
That's right.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been." Going just with what the brothers is bringing out, about how the heathen, you're gonna get your get back is coming. For everything that you have done unto the children of Israel. All those things that you've done to us are gonna be done to you in our kingdom. And it is gonna be done lawfully. It's going to be done in righteousness, and we bore our punishment. The last 400 or 500 years, and now we're at the end of it. The scriptures talk about how our iniquity is accomplished, man. O daughter of Zion, we're at the end of our punishment. Now it's coming into the time where we're proclaiming the punishment that you have to come. And that's why vocab and all these Christians and everybody want to label us a hate group and say that we got a message that's coming from a place of wickedness, is because that they don't want to face the fact that they got a punishment that's in store. Yep. But it's no way to escape, man. We suffered our punishment, now y'all gonna have to go through yours.
Yeah. Why superiority, man? Just call it for what it is, man. Y'all still want to be, in authority. That's what it is. Y'all don't want to hear that your kingdom is going down. It's pride. Okay, we're coming out the scriptures. It makes sense, and vocab know it makes sense. And you know how you know it makes sense? Because you know the doctrine left and right.
Yeah.
That's how you know it makes sense. Because if it didn't, he wouldn't be able to break things down. He wouldn't know the breakdowns. Yeah. You know the breakdowns because you know deep down inside that it's true. Straight up.
Yeah. That's why he coming at it so hard. Because he know at the end of it, if they're right, I ain't got shit for myself coming. Put us a foot in the ass. I've been fucking with him this whole time. We gotta fight for his life, bro.
Yeah, he is too deep. I got one more. This is Isaiah 2, and 2, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains,
You know, in those mountains, you know, ultimately it's talking about, you know, governments, rulership. It says, and it shall be exalted above the hills, smaller governments and nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
Yeah, so ultimately the other nations, they're gonna learn the ways of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, whether they like to or not.
Right.
But the scriptures say they're gonna want to. You know? Because they're gonna see all that righteousness, they're gonna see the whole story, they're gonna see the end result, and they're gonna be afraid. They'll be like, yo, we need to go with them. Basically. That's basically the spirit they're gonna be like, yo, we wanna ride with them. We wanna roll with y'all.
Right.
We don't wanna get our asses whipped. Yeah.
Facts. It says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yeah, it's gonna be you know, out of Jerusalem is where the truth is gonna be at. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the central point of everything, bro. You know?
You know, also when y'all going into it, like at the end of the day, you know, you heathens are gonna get it at the end of the day, going into that fact that, yeah, y'all gonna get touched. And this is the book of Psalms 18, and we'll start at verse 36, and it says, "Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, and my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with the strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the neck of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not." So when that time comes, when we come up on y'all, Yahweh Shema Shah not even gonna answer y'all in that time of that beating when what's gonna about to come. Slack you.
So Joshua 10 and verse 24 says, "And it came to pass, when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war which went with him, Come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings."
See, that's what the Lord's gonna do for us. He's gonna bring us all forth and have us put our feet on the neck of these kings, man. All these nations are gonna be put in subjection. Yahweh Shai said he's gonna give us a body like unto his that's able to subdue all things. That's power, bro. The more you hear, the more you get close to righteousness. Jake is gonna deny rulership. Jake in the world. Because I had a conversation like that. It was like, you don't look at these people and be like, hey, with this that they did, they don't need to be ruled over. Like, if you're the special people and you're able to judge things properly, you don't think you should be in a position to tell them what to do like they did tell you what to do? And the Jake in the world, they'll look at that and be like, nah, that's evil. I mean, everybody got their differences. What the fuck does a difference have to do from right and wrong?
Hey, you know that's trauma?
Yeah.
That's trauma because I was reading somewhere that like when people that sabotage relationships that are good, they don't believe that they're worthy of a good partner. So they sabotage the relationship. That makes me understand too that us as people, like, so you don't think that you're able to you basically believe that you need somebody to tell you what to do. You don't have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, or the Most High, you know, to tell you, or that it's for you. So you think, you know what, hey, let's go to them. Israel always went to the other nations. The Lord said, go not to the nations which I told you not to go to, man. But what do our people do? They constantly, the Lord said, you're lovers, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ever playing around with your woman or something? You're like, man, whatever, go talk to your boyfriend at work or whatever. She's like, that ain't my boyfriend. Like, that's how the Lord was like, man, go over there, go talk to that fool. You know what I mean? Go talk to them. Go talk to your lovers over there. That really, like, is a put down. Because you're supposed to know that, you know, that thy fervent lover is who? How about Shimei Shai, man? Thy fervent lover. Scriptures speak about that.
He said, I love you, O Israel. But thou sayest, where hast thou loved us?
Yeah, where hast thou loved us? Yeah.
And it's more than just feelings too, bro. It's a treaty.
Yeah, covenant.
blood pact covenant that we made with the Heavenly Father. It wasn't like the Lord forced us. Israel lined up and they made the deal when Moses presented it to them.
Oh yeah.
This is the way the Lord. This is how you're gonna live about if you want the blessings that the Heavenly Father is getting ready to give you. But you also need to understand that there's gonna be curses if you don't follow after all. And that's the reason we find ourselves in this captivity to this day, to the point where we're gonna have to fight for our kingdom. We're gonna have to, the Lord's gonna have to turn us up in that spirit, so that if I may, I'm gonna read this real quick. This is the book of Daniel 7 and 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in the spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto them, unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings, which will arise out of the earth, and we're living through the last one. Yep. That reincarnated part of it, which is the system that we live in. It says, but the saints, this is the key part, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's right.
So there's gonna be a struggle, man. Hey, when Babylon gets burned up, the other kingdoms are still gonna want to maintain power. They're gonna think that they're gonna be the one next ruling. It's gonna be a chaotic time too. You're gonna have the New Jerusalem hovering over the earth. Yep. It's gonna be a whole. The earth is gonna change, man. It's gonna be like those movies that they show you once alien invasion happened, that the whole earth changed. Yep. That's really what's gonna happen, man. The whole earth is gonna be under a whole different vibration. Yep. Especially when Yahweh cracks them skies. Shit, man, that just changes everything.
Yep. And the Lord's prayer says on earth as in heaven. He's gonna literally make this earth like what it was supposed to be viewed as in the heavens.
Right, and in the beginning of this, that's why the scripture say that a standard shall be lifted, man. So something's going to happen to where the Heavenly Father changes the tide of the story. Him showing up, is going to change everything, man. Because it's not like, the apostles always say, when the Lord returns, it's over. So there's not going to be no fight. It was a great fight.
No debates, no nothing.
It ain't going to be like that, bro. When the Lord shows up, it's a wrap.
Ain't going to be no treaties.
Yep.
Ain't going to be no standoff. There's just going to be immediate chaos, death, destruction.
The tide is going to turn to the point where it's like it's destruction time. So whatever Esau do, right? Because the scriptures say he's going to be like a madman sparing none. So we know that he's going to come in, all right, and like a flood against those that serve the Heavenly Father. We know there's going to be martial law, beheadings. We know there's going to be people in the camps. We know all that, but it's going to be to the point where it's like even they know they're going down. What does it say? When he's about to fill his belly, the Lord shall rain on him. So it's like when right at that second, it's gonna, and the Lord's time is different. Bro. It's way different. They're not gonna get off like that. They think they are, but they're not. The Lord's gonna come like an avalanche. They're not gonna know when, how, and how to get through it.
They're gonna be fighting amongst each other.
Yep.
World War III is gonna be full blown on.
Oh yeah.
The chip is gonna be a mandatory thing on the earth. Those conditions are going to be on the earth, so when Yahweh comes in, it's going to be unexpected because they thought they won.
Yep. That's why the Lord tells us not to fear. That's why the Lord tells us not to fear, because it's written. It's written that don't even fear, don't even trip, don't even worry, because the Lord starts to come back. Everything's going to change, man. That's why it says look up, for your redemption draws nigh. It don't say look up because it's doom and gloom for you. Nah, I don't say that. It says look up because your redemption draws nigh. So once the Lord starts, that's like reinforcements coming through, man.
All right.
Yeah, that's like the reinforcement. Like, yo, we're here. We're here to set it off. We're here to shut it down.
That's our defense. It's going to come fight for us, bro. That's our military. Angels.
Yep. Hey, we're the army on the Lord. They're the army up in the heavens, bro.
He told Elijah. He told him these are the chariots of Israel. Those belong to the brothers, man. The elect, Come on. You think the Lord ain't gonna have you with a nice ride?
You're gonna be picked up in class, man.
I'll drop my
So Matthew 13 and verse 41, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all the things that offend.
See, the Lord's going to set forth the angels like the brother was talking about. When Yahushua comes, that's when chaos is going to blow up because he's coming to, what it said, divide the sheep from the goats.
Yep.
He's coming to sit here and set the record straight. Niggas that walked around, they abused his ways. Like it said, it says, if a king sent his son to gather from his vineyard, and they abused his son, they abused the men that he sent before him, what should that king do? He shall tear him in pieces. Right. That's what Yahushua is coming to do. Because bros have been out here doing the work of the Lord. Elders and apostles have been doing it for 40 years plus, right? All this understanding is out there. People know who the Israelites are. Nobody can deny that this is true. They try to say and act like we're not saying something right because it's not an inclusive doctrine. But at the end of the day, you know damn well what bros have been preaching is the truth and the spirit of the Lord. Because all y'all learned from Great Millstone, man. You want to come with some deep shit, we know where you learned it from. We know, bro, it's just, you know, Christianity wasn't breaking down these scriptures like that. So
They still ain't.
Yeah, they still ain't. Still ain't, man. They grab what bros talk about, like the scriptures say. They steal every man the word from his neighbor, right? They literally just take what bros say in the spirit and try to paint it up with a Christian feel, and it still don't hit the same.
Oh, fuck it all up.
Yeah. Finish it out.
So Isaiah
What's that white
13.
bitch called? My bad. What's that white bitch called? Racial cook or some shit like that? You know that bitch that she tries to make like Mexican food, but she makes it like
Rachel Ray, yeah.
her and that.
She was fine with it.
Don't know what she's doing.
They on that Taco Bell channel.
That's Taco Bell's.
Taco season. And the ketchup. That ain't taco, bitch.
This is Matthew 13 and verse 41. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity.
You see, the Lord's going to get out those that do iniquity. This is what the coming of the Lord is like. And this is a spirit that the world tried to deny the Lord was going to be like, man. They act like the Lord's going to come and be all so fucking nice. Nope.
Yeah.
He said, those my enemies bring hither before me and slay them.
That's right.
That's what the scriptures say. That's the real temperament of the Lord.
Right.
Right? That's something that the world tried to push out. But now that the Israelites is back, we telling you what the Lord really like. This, like your woman, nobody can tell your woman anything about you. And she know everything about you. Well, we know everything about the Lord through the Spirit. So when people try to come up and say this and that, nah, that's not how he roll. He don't move like that.
And you know what's interesting is that with these Christians, man, they be the ones that be hollering the most about no peace, no justice, no nothing fair in the world. But when we tell you the Lord gonna make everything fair, y'all don't like it. Oh no, why he gotta do that to them? Like, bro, what? Like a lot of y'all still don't be connecting the dots, or I don't know, man. But that's what happens when you're in them churches. They don't connect the dots for you, bro. Right? You don't know why your ass been in slavery for so damn long. Therefore, you don't know who put you in slavery. You don't know why you in slavery. All right? You don't know about you're not kingdom minded. What do they say, kingdom minded? You don't know about no kingdom minded, bro. You don't know what it is to be a king or a queen. All right? That's royalty, bro. And royalty, they have subjects, they have slaves. You gotta think like that. If you don't think like that, you don't know what this book entails, man. Yahushua, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Okay?
Every time.
You read that? What does it say? He that overcometh. What's that scripture?
Revelation 2.
Yeah. Shall rule over the nations. Matter of fact, can we get that Baba Shah?
Revelation 2.
That's in the New Testament, man.
You know the crazy thing about it? About the king thing? They put it in all their movies. Do they not have subjects in every king movie?
Right.
They got people beneath them, people under that serve them? Or if they don't, they behead them or whatever?
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
That was a
all that.
beautiful example of what it was like in ancient times. You know, the kingdom-minded kings like type society. You know. Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation 2, sort of 25. It says, "But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
That is truth. Go ahead.
He that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations."
You see that power over the nation? It's telling you right there, bro. If you overcome, you will have power over these other nations, man. Israelites having power over other nations is what it's talking about. Go ahead, brother.
It says, "And he shall rule them with the rod of iron."
Right. A scepter. What is a scepter?
The scepter is for a king. He ruled with it. It was a symbol of rulership, a scepter. That's what it is, bro. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
It's telling you, you know, what do you do with a scepter? You can hit a piece of clay and shatter it. That's what it's talking about. They're liking the nations unto that pottery, that pot of clay being hit with that rulership, that authority. It's going to be smashed into pieces. That's what it's talking about. Whoever overcomes is going to be on that level, okay, to rule over nations under Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Read that again, brother.
Lord
From the top.
compared them to clay.
Yeah.
Potter's clay. That's the least material you can get.
Yeah, it gets shattered.
Yeah. Okay, just pull it out the dirt, put some water in.
And men are likened unto clay. So you're gonna be able to disintegrate somebody, man. Literally.
Black Adam. I got that definition for power. Come on.
Yeah.
This is Strong's G 1849, the Greek word for the word power. And the definition, it says power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases, the ability or strength with which one is endued, with which he either possesses or exercises, the power of authority, influence, and right of privilege.
You see that? Power of authority, influence, right of privilege. Hey, doesn't the scriptures tell you in the book of Psalms, this privilege had the saints to arrest the kings of the earth? It tells you right there, and the people, man. This is the privilege of the saints, man. They have that right because their ass went into slavery. They overcame. So the Lord's going to give them the authority to arrest you, damn devils, arrest you, you kings of the earth, you other nations, and put you into slavery, man. It tells you adamantly in the scriptures, bro. This has not happened. For you know what is vocab always saying? Oh, these things happen. This has not happened yet, bro. Yeah.
Scriptures say they shall rule over their oppressors, and they shall take them captives.
Captives
in
in word. Yep.
So that goes to show you, man, that them people in the land right now, they ain't it, man.
Right.
They're what you call an imposter, impasta.
Imposter.
I got a little bit more on this.
Like, so let that brother finish.
Also, like, I'm sorry.
Start from 22.
Yeah. Start it up. Again.
This is Revelation 2 and 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my words unto the end,
Right.
to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
You see that? Yahushua's telling the election, bro. I received it. Y'all gonna receive it too. I wonder how a Christian would break that down. Hey, that's not talking about that. That's talking about we gonna come together. It's about, you know what I mean? Like what? Where?
That's after the 7 years.
Yeah.
That's not my Lord.
Hey, see, you're breaking it all the way down, brother.
You gotta keep Jesus in your heart.
Why the hate in your heart, brother? Let it go.
John 3 and 16 it says.
Hey, that's funny. Hey, that's funny that we laugh about it. Like, that's funny.
We said.
God is love, brother. That's hate you talking about. It tells you right there, man. Like how I received my Father, he that overcometh is going to do the same, bro. Rule over the nations. We just read what that word power is, over the nations, man. Having authority. You having that right, that privilege to do this, man. That's an authority given to you from Yahushua, bro. The election is going to have that authority to rule over these nations, man. That's literal. Go ahead.
The Lord said he was going to set up one over it that is profitable.
Right.
Because the earth was a business, man.
Yeah.
The earth is a business. There's resources.
Yeah.
There's human resources, right? Then you have seasons. Those are your quarters within the market.
Right.
Right. There's trading, buying, and selling. The elect were made
100%.
to govern the entire world.
There's people to
Yeah.
govern. I mean, so if you didn't have a ruling class, how are these other nations, these other people, how are they going to survive in this world? How would everything run if there was no order and rule?
Yeah.
That's why the Lord gave y'all the order now. Let you jack it up so that we can see what it is to live under a cruel, wicked ruler, to appreciate a righteous ruler.
Right. The first CEO of the world was Adam. What did he do? He gave him the ability to name everything. Everything was put in subjection under him. Right? That was the first Adam. Right? The last Adam, Yahushua, is going to come back and share that inheritance to rule with the elect that have been given the spirit to do it the right way. That's what the truth represents, a new management. That's why when you go to Daniel's when it talks about the statue that was broken down, it said what? Then that statue was broken, and that kingdom spread over the whole earth. The Israelites would get the rulership and spread over the whole earth. What is that spreading for? It's to put shit back in order. The scriptures say everything's getting out of course. So we come back, we represent those that kind of come back and put it back in course. Right?
I got this. This is Sirach 10. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of ruler of the city. Let me just read that again. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. It's telling you right there. If a city has a ruler, okay, the people are going to be like how he's governed. His officers and people around are going to be like how he is. It tells you right there. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, and we're under an unwise king, right? Esau, Edom. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, and who's going to be in authority? How about Shem Yashai in the election, right? The city shall be inhabited. Tells you right there.
Because when we get in power, we're going to do away with all those fisheries that are wicked.
Yeah.
We're going to do away with any wicked business, any practice really that that has no benefit for the earth, but for, because a lot of things that are done here in this society for business just benefit men. It's just done for greed.
Taxes.
All that shit.
Awful taxes.
Certain industries, they're just going to be done away with, man. And it's going to produce that the earth starts regenerating itself, You start taking the clams from the earth, the oceans clean up.
Yeah.
You start taking certain fish out of the earth, out of the waters, it cures itself, because that's what those animals are there for.
Yeah, I mean, we see them put fish that don't belong in certain environments to the point where it killed the natural ecosystem. We're gonna have to go through, and like it won't be done here, because this place is gonna be burnt up. But in Illinois, not Illinois, in Michigan, those lakes, the Great Lakes, they fill those lakes with Chinese carp. Them motherfuckers are huge as fuck now. You drive a boat through there, fish start jumping out the water, and they big as hell. And they destroyed the natural ecosystem because there's no predator in Michigan lakes to fucking attack the Chinese carp.
And that's beautiful because the Lord set that all up. Like every fish has its predator.
Yeah, because we're supposed to live in a habitat, bro. Like you have your home, you got trees, you got water, you got different things. Because you need trees to give you that aroma. It has a natural, it's a natural endorphin that makes you feel good. It calms you down. You have some lavender, you have some plants,
Rosemary.
like all that, bro. Imagine you create really a home. That's what the scriptures consider a continuing home. Because when we get in those homes, bro, we're gonna inhabit that place for millenniums, thousands and thousands of years. Your children's children are gonna roam your lands, basically, Like those are gonna be able to have their vineyards, It's just gonna be on a whole different level. We can't really even think about it now. Because we've been so separated from that way of living. We getting there, bro. We're about to enter into paradise, just like Adam. What made Adam separate from everybody, because there was other humans alive, was the wisdom that the Lord gave him. That elevated him to a godlike status. That's what we're gonna get once again.
I got one. This is the book of Job, chapter 5. And I'll start at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Yeah, the scriptures say the Lord's going to put a covenant with man and beast again. Right? There's going to be agreement with us and the beasts and the animals. We're not going to be like hunting animals anymore, man. We're going to literally be at one. You'll be able to walk with snakes under your feet. You know what I'm saying? Snakes swimming through your toes and shit. You'll be like, oh snap, I stepped on you, bro. All that. For real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna see anthills and bugs, and so you're gonna be like, oh, let me get out the anthill's way. The cockroaches, let me get out their way. You know what I mean? Everything was made for a purpose, bro.
So you're just not gonna be killing shit now.
As a matter of fact, the Native Americans, they don't believe in plucking flowers and leaves off a tree. They don't believe in that, bro. I heard that many years ago. They don't because they believe that's like pulling somebody's hair out their face.
or the hair.
In the scriptures, it says that the Lord told the Israelites not to cut certain trees.
Yeah.
Certain trees, you just gotta, because it's fruit. They built a habitat like I talked about.
Hey, there was I don't know if it was real. I want to believe it was real, but there was a man that was playing the flute. Did you hear that in the trees?
Oh yeah.
They were moving around with the air, but when they started playing the flute, the tree stood still, man. So like,
That shit was cold.
yeah, it tells you that in Isaiah 14 that the trees are gonna be happy because ain't nobody gonna come and cut them down anymore.
Yep.
That's the spirit, bro. The earth itself has the spirit, bro. Oh, you got that? Yeah, come on.
Aroma, you know, the earth gotta have an aroma, bro. Like, that's why we so fucking just fucked up here, bro.
Bro, imagine how green the world's gonna be, bro. Imagine how colorful. Like
Green
things
and
are gonna
blue.
get, it's gonna, the life has to be brought back into the grass, the rocks, the mountain, everything. It's gonna be like a vibrant color. Like, wow, bro. Not like this dull colors. You know what I mean?
Gray concrete and shit.
Yeah, gray concrete. Like, yeah, yeah. There's not gonna be nothing dirty, bro. Like, imagine what it was. If men can live to live, bro. The simple fact that men live to be 900 years old shows you that men don't even live till 70. By 70, you're through.
Yeah.
You can't walk, bro. You crapping on yourself, bro. Full of eat your pill. You know, you got one of those cases of Monday through Sunday, all full of pills and shit.
Pill box.
Yeah, bro. Hey, the kingdom ain't gonna need any of that. Oh, this is from iron, this is from whatever, this is from.
What color is that?
Yeah. Hey, people, hey, bro, check it out. And I'm gonna say this too, man. I want to say this too. All right, all you individuals that are dirty, that call people that are over 30 old heads, man, you old too. You old too. Even 20-year-old, you old too, man. Because if you not exactly, because if we live until 70, how much more years you got? You gotta look at that, man. You 30, you 40, you middle age, man. You middle age, man. A lot of y'all think you can make decisions that are not going to affect you, but they're already affecting you. They're going to affect you real quick in the future, man. That's why it's not, you know, we're just not living that long anymore, man.
Bag of Fritos gonna come back at you.
At 70, yeah, everything you eat, everything you drink, everything is like, yeah, everything is like a decision nowadays, man. As you get older, in this society, in this, you know, it's decaying, it's deplorable. It's like everything is just rotten, it's shrinking, bro. This society is crumbling, bro.
Say, look how much weaker the earth shall be in age.
Yep.
Yeah, if I can say real quick, two things. Old just means outliving him. That's what that means.
Yeah, I like that.
Brother, what you're saying.
I know, man, that's perfect.
I actually heard that. I heard that from someone. I ain't plagiarized. I'm source my work. But anyway, I was at Sprouts getting some some vitamins and shit and some pills. You know what I'm saying? Like for testosterone and natural shit that you get to keep you healthy. And the shit that we're deficient in, that they're attacking on men. And the dude, when you go to certain Sprout stores, they'll have a guy designated for that area that can tell you everything about each fucking ingredient in the bottle and all that, right? And the dude was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, he said, the earth is so fucked up because basically they don't let it rest that you don't even get the nutrients that you would get if you would let the earth rest. You know what I'm saying? He said it's not actually the actual fruit it's the nutrients that gets to the fruit that gives you. He said, but it's so much nutrients being cut off because they keep fucking with the earth. They don't allow it to rest. And when you go into our law, it's a land sabbath. You know what I'm saying? But you living under a greedy person, man. A greedy person is a tyrant in anything he does, in a business, in a household, in a family, right? Because they're self-centered. They got main character syndrome, man, where they think everything revolves around them and it's far from the truth. You know what I mean? But Esau is a greedy motherfucker, man. That's why, look at the money, right? Look at the way he lives. Look what he says. Look how he puts people to work. Here it is. You'll have a job, and Edom might have run a company, obviously, and he will put these crazy ass goals you have to hit that's damn near impossible, and if you don't hit them, your job would be on the line. But he couldn't hit them himself. You know what I'm saying? So the requirement they hold you at, that's why we need righteousness and rule. You got other nations saying that, man. Like, damn, y'all, the true biblical Israelites need to rule again. You had that, I don't know if it was an Elamite, I think.
Yeah, that woman.
No, the guy. I think he was like a president or something. He asked Ben, I ain't gonna say his full name because I don't want the video to get, but Ben, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben.
Big Ben. he was like, hey, do y'all think y'all the descendants of the true biblical Israelites? And he was like, yeah. And he started getting, but it just goes to show you, like, when has that ever been questioned in society? Right. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody's watching the truth. See, here it is. We seem insignificant to the people walking by, but you got people tuning in to bros' videos. You got people tuning in to elders' videos and actually living by them and using their platform to quote what elders are saying. That's how you know they watching us, man. The truth is out, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to take heed of that. And the more days go, the more bigger the truth gonna be. The more evil Esau get, the more people gonna seek the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the brother said earlier. You know, when Jake get put to the fire, first thing Jake think about is Lord. You know what I'm saying? Lord, you know,
it's been a while.
It's been a while. I know I ain't been living right, but you know. You know what I'm saying? So Jake, but that's how you know we have that natural zeal. You know what I'm saying? We have that, but right now it's for the majority of our people, it's not according to knowledge. Right here is according to knowledge. That's why it's important for you to tune in. And if you hear, you stay tuned in. No, you got it.
You know what's cool about your point is the whole thing with Jake, or with them questioning the small hats, because the scriptures say, inquisition shall be made into the council of the ungodly. So now these devils are getting brought up in those discussions of, well, are you really legitimate? Because at the same time, recently, they tried to use the scriptures to legitimize what they were doing. So they opened themselves up to no longer just being able to say that they're Jews. They can't no longer just say that. Now they have to go through the scriptures.
Right.
So now that question is, okay, well, if you say this, you brought up the scriptures to justify bombing Gaza. Well, bring up the scriptures to justify that you're the people. And when they do that, then bros' videos start popping up about how Jake was going to discontinue from their heritage. How they weren't going to have the power like that. How they're not going to be able to sit here and just rule over nations and get their say-so and be wealthy. Now they're getting put in those corners. Right? You got it, brother. You got it.
Yeah. This is Romans 8:19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. So basically, as the brother was saying, everyone is waiting for the Israelites to come back to power. Everyone is suffering. In Proverbs 29:2, the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear the will, the people mourn. So everything and everyone is suffering. That's why this devil has to get taken down.
That's right.
Can I get ready? It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who was subjected the same of hopes. That was us. We were basically programmed to go off. And it says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Alright, so until the Lord come back, everything's gonna be in a lower state.
Yeah, everybody want to see the Israelites come back. Everybody wants the righteous to be here. Right? They've been waiting for the righteous to come back, and now, at the end of the days, people are acknowledging who the ones got the truth. They might try to push it to the back burner and act like bros ain't teaching the right thing because it's not inclusive, but when you really get down to it and the nitty and gritty of it, they're agreeing with all the prophecies bros bring out. This ain't no sweet ass thing, man. America's got to be destroyed. The earth is coming to the realization of that. Esau's going to be at each other's throats, right? We come into the time of Jacob's trouble where you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to fucking enter into a time of trouble that never was on this earth. It's going to outshine slavery. The transatlantic slave trade is going to outshine that. The civil rights movements, when they were hosing you down with fire hydrants, it's going to outshine that. Right? This time is made to correct a lot of niggas' bullshit. If you ain't been living right and you ain't been trying to get right, then you just gonna be caught up in this. At the end of the day, that's it. That's it. You ain't been doing right, you're gonna be caught up. You have one? Oh, you good. Go ahead, brother. You have one too. I know both of y'all was holding something.
Yeah. I got one just because of the point that bro's made about the trees earlier. This is Isaiah 14. And Isaiah 14 in verse 4, it says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city, the Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. See, man, these devils don't have any fucking mercy, man. And it says, I believe that's James 2:13. It says that he that has not shown mercy, shall obtain no mercy. So these devils, man, they are gonna get smoked continually as fucking well, man. Okay, when it's their time to serve. But it goes on to say, it says, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
That's beautiful.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the kedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hey, bro, these devils just be chopping down trees upon trees upon trees, bro. Hey, bro, take a look at the Amazon rainforest, man. From them chopping the shit down to there being fires taking place over there due to man's works.
Yeah. Hey, you ever play with a tree? I remember as a kid, I used to take this one tree and I used to break the branches off like that, and it would get green. It would bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if it bleeds, what does that tell you, bro? Yeah, it's alive. Right? I got this up on me. This is Job chapter 5 and 23. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this, we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it for thy good. We're going to be in league with the stones of the field, man. See, we're going to know the stones, man. We're going to be at peace with the animals, bro.
Precept.
Go to, we're going to live in an old age, man. What is it, eternal life?
Yeah.
Hey, that eternal, eternal life, what could it look like? I don't think there's even a human age that can describe what it would look like.
Hey, well, I got one for you.
You know what I'm saying? Like a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old. That's like, I don't think the Lord's like, nah. So you're not even gonna know what age it is. You're gonna be totally transformed to something different. In a perfection. You know what I'm saying? Like the body. Like what the scriptures say that this corruption, this incorruption cannot put this corruption has to put on incorruption. Yep. This corruptible body has to put on incorruptible. You know what I mean? And we don't know what that looks like, bro. To be honest,
No.
we don't know what an incorruptible body looks like. Cause even someone in their pristine age, like an 18-year-old or something. Even them are living in corruptible bodies.
Yeah, the scriptures say as soon as you be born, you draw near death.
Yeah.
That's corruption.
When you
Your
draw into
cells
your
break
death.
down, stop replenishing themselves.
You got parasites and all kinds of stuff going on in the system. Imagine a body with 9. You imagine what you would look like, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it again. He's Esau Edom. He's our wicked brother. You know about the Bible? Like a little bit? All right. Get Genesis 25. Really, Esau in the Bible, you'll say he's a white man, but it's deeper than color. Right? Color don't really matter. The Lord never looked at you just as a color. That's colorism was something that they built to justify condemning Jacob. which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? Genesis, the 25th chapter, tells you who he comes from. You get it.
In your life, who's the one that's
Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures.
your everyday life?
That's who he is. In my everyday life, he an Edomite. And when you go into the history of the Edomites and who they are, they're the wicked that the scriptures speak of.
So I have a nephew, very young, but now he's my opinion, right? Very much so. So I want this connection close again how it was. So I read a lot. And I'm explaining the white man without being prejudiced, saying the white man, how, like, when I relate that to, like,
So you're using colorism. That's what I tried to tell you. It's not about skin tone, right? Because you know Blake Griffin, the basketball player,
yeah,
right? Light skinned dude, right? He married a white woman, and his kids came out, and you wouldn't even know that their father was black or their granddaddy was black, right? So in the scriptures, lineage is based on your father. That's why in all the old movies, what do they say? I'm son of this, son of him, son of this man, son of that man. Even in the scriptures, when you go to the lineage of who the world calls Jesus, Matthew, the first chapter says, was begotten of this man, begotten of this man, begotten of this man, right? It's not about skin tone. Like you can look at somebody, Jephthah was a perfect example in the scriptures. Jephthah, his mother was a heathen woman, right? The Israelites at the time, they didn't want to accept Jephthah because his mother was a heathen woman, but he was an Israelite because of his father. Right? So if your nephew or whatever, the son, nephew, whatever, if his father's an Israelite, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American man, he's an Israelite. It doesn't matter who if he's light-skinned, white. Like this brother right here. We believe him to be a so-called Negro. His people go back to Negroes, man. He acted, you see, like they had that term, inside out Oreo, right? You heard that before. White dude to act black as hell. That happens, man. But you got that Genesis?
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
You want the two nations in the womb?
Yeah.
Brother, speak up a little bit.
This is Genesis 25.
So this is the history, because you said who's Esau to us in our everyday life. This is where he comes from. This is what he doesn't teach in the Bible churches, right? Go ahead, get it.
Genesis 25. I'm gonna start at verse 23. It says, "And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Yeah.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people."
Now, when you look at Negroes versus white people, who's stronger on average?
Depends on the strengths, to be honest with you.
Overall, when you look at athleticism out of all, yes.
I would say yes.
And where else are they not strong?
But then you
Intelligence?
have those different type of white people. That's what I'm asking. That's all I was asking.
What do you mean different type of white people?
You have the
Give me an example.
white people from up north. Like,
Okay.
almost Neanderthals, right? Those are big people. So if you're coming from a Bible's perspective, like, you have to think we're not the only people that have laws. So when you say the 12 tribes of Israel, that's kind of what I'm going with. The white man, when the white man, is he one of those tribes?
They're explaining to you, man. If you listen, then you'll understand. They're explaining to you.
I'm not being argumentative.
No,
I read the
he's
Bible,
not either.
just trying to get better.
Listen to this. Read it.
But he's
again,
answering
bro.
your question, though.
Read it again. Read it again.
This is Genesis 25 and 23.
Emphasize the points.
It says, "And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb,
Two nations, right?
and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels."
Two manner of people. There's no like, whoa, this white man is better than this one is more Neanderthal, this one is more intelligent. It's all Edomites. Right, go ahead, bro.
"And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger."
And Esau was born first. He's the elder. And who are we serving in this captivity? Niggas are at service to white people, right? In every aspect of the way. You go to work, who owns the company? You need social services, who you go to?
So then why would he be the one recording you?
You stuck on color. That's the whole thing. You really stuck on color. We stuck on spirit.
Hey, excuse me, did you hear what the brother had said about Blake Griffin? On the genealogy is reckoned up by your fathers, not by your mother. So
So
you
it's
are
kinda
who
like-
you are who your father is, right? So he had a child with a white woman. His children are gonna look white. That his son, forever, his children are gonna look white. But it doesn't mean that they're white. It means they're actually so-called Negroes, but you're stuck on the color because the scriptures tell you in Revelation the 7th chapter that the Lord is gonna gather all the Israelites from the islands, from all over the world, all over the earth, because Israel was scattered. The scriptures tell you that our people were scattered, right? So they're gonna look like Japanese. They're gonna look like white people. They're gonna look like Africans. They're gonna look like all these other nations that don't necessarily look like blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. You get me? And so the Genesis 25 is telling you about how the white man, he's actually our brother, was born in the same womb, but the blessing came to Jacob and not to Esau, Edom. That's the separation. They're our mortal enemies from the womb. And that's why we're always been at war. And this is what they won't tell you in the churches.
Yeah, get that.
You get me? Go ahead, brother.
Real quick, bro. Read this.
This is the book of 1 Samuel 16 and verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance,
On his countenance, how he looking?
or on the height of his stature,
Yeah.
because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
You see, the Lord doesn't see as man see it. Keep going.
For man looketh on the outward appearance.
And that's what you stuck on, is the outward. We going through the spirit.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody, like, you know, if you go somewhere, you're gonna know the difference between an African and a nigga from America, right? They move different. The flavor's different, they dance different, their spirit's different. You can tell.
Yeah. Just
Right?
because they black don't mean that it's the same people. Like we believe, like Manny Pacquiao. Who else? Hey, a lot of the Japanese people that have, they're, if you look at them, they look like they're from LA. They wear the tattoo. They got the Aztec tattoos. They want to speak Spanish. They in the lowriders. They might look like Japanese people. They might look like Chinese people, but we really believe that they're Israelites.
Bobby Caldwell. You know Bobby Caldwell, right? The singer. The what's that song? What You Won't Do for Love.
Okay.
Yeah,
You would think that's a nigga when you hear
yeah,
it, right?
but
I did.
That's a white man. He looks like a white man.
yeah, you gotta go by the
Straight up.
spirit.
His spirit, a white dude don't get down like a nigga.
Hell
Because
yeah.
what we all, when you go back to the 90s, Martin Lawrence show was a good purpose, right? Every time a white person got brought up in there, what did they do? They imitated the white man because he acted so much different than them, right? It's a spirit thing. Go ahead, bro. Read that.
Back in Genesis 25, verse 24, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment.
And when white people are born, their babies come out red, right? Because they don't have melanin. Their flesh, you just see the blood underneath the skin. That's why they come out red. You slap them, it's red because they don't have that melanin. Go ahead, bro.
And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Now, when you go to Genesis, get the blessing. When you go to Genesis, it gets into the blessing, so you can characterize who the white man is even further. And you understand, once you look at the traits of the blessing, you're like, oh, this don't fit nobody fucking else. Go ahead, bro.
This is Genesis 27, and I'm gonna start at verse 37. I'm gonna start at verse 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father,
You listening?
hast thou but one blessing, my father?
So Esau, he sold his birthright to Jacob, right? There's a blessing that was supposed to come. He sold it. So when he came and he saw that Jacob got the blessing that he was supposed to get, he said to his father, hey, don't you have a blessing for me? Go ahead.
It says, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Now, isn't that how white people function? They do some wickedness, they throw a rock, and then they play victim. Yep. Okay, so let's take a situation like, if you can't say that, it's crazy. But let's take a situation like let's go to World War I, right? Who was the one that started the conflict?
That's a great spot. I was talking about your everyday life. What do you do as a black man? What do you do on the streets every day? Because obviously your voice is right. You're strong. You're not letting nobody tackle you or break you down, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, he doesn't have a male role model, basically. He's got you know, the typical black person story right now, right? But how can I
This is
explain to him that life is not just things without being like, well, white guys don't touch, white guys don't say, white guys, you know what I mean? Because a lot of my biggest enemies are my black people.
when we deal with the curses every day, and the ones that the Lord used to put the curses on us are the Edomites. You can't run away from that. You can't run away. Our people love to run away from the fact that the truth is the truth. The ones who make your life hard, if you really break it down and you go layer by layer, the ones that make it hard are the Edomites. Who makes the laws that make it so hard for you to get by? Who's the one that increases the prices on everything? Who's the one who owns the hiring process? These are things that's in the scriptures that tells you that our enemies will have this power over us. And the one who has the rulership of the world, Job 9 and 24, he's the one that has that. So when you talk to a young man and tell him what it is, tell him what the scriptures say. So when he moves out there, he knows what to do. But real quick, finish that Genesis, because you gotta know this. And if you're trying to teach some young men, let them know who his enemy is first. That way he don't get fooled by his enemy.
I just want to see if it's worth your little instinct. Why not be over here? You know what I'm saying? Hear y'all talk. Because I've been seeing you guys, I don't know if it's the same group, for years. Y'all about it, right? I'm just trying everything. So, I mean, I can't be a man. I'm not a man. Okay? Stand in the corner a couple minutes with auntie and listen. Why not? I don't know if he's going to understand me. I don't want him to just pinpoint every white man. That's all I'm saying. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
As far as the Bible and whatnot. My sister's not religious though, so I should have just broke it all down for you. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of who you are.
We Israelites, chosen of the Lord, just like you are. If your nephew if his father was an Israelite, he's an Israelite too. With you being an Israelite, whether or not you want to be spiritual or not, religious or not, you have a standard to live by. And once you fail that standard, you fail in life. Because there's repercussions for everything. The Lord even said, He said, a man shall receive for the things that he did in his flesh.
Right.
And it is a marvel if a man go unpunished. Like you know damn well where you do something that ain't right. Because you feel it in your spirit. You know, like people that are moles, like homosexuals, right? They know damn well the first time they do that shit, they trying to hide it. And that's why they got a term coming out the closet, right? Why would they hide it? It's just natural.
They're just not comfortable with it.
No, it's not comfortable. It's because in their spirit they know it ain't right.
Politically correct.
In spirit they know it's not right though. Because what? You look at men and women, the parts fit. Playing with somebody doo-doo shoe, that ain't right. They know that. And the Lord put in their spirit to know that. That's why the term is coming out the closet.
I got
Go ahead, brother.
get that, brother.
That was 1 John 5.
Well, basically, they're the wicked. That's who they are. You want to know? Esau, Edom, they're the wicked. So-called white man, he's the wicked. For many years, especially like in the Mormon church, they try to teach you that like in the Council of Heaven, people that disobey the God turn black and they have black skin. That's a lie. That's a white superiority Christianity. I've been underlying doctrine that they want to push on our people, that black skin is wicked and that basically white is right, and a lot of people got caught up in that. But we're here to tell you, the reason why they say that is because they know the truth. They know that white skin is leprosy and wicked, they're the wicked, when really the scriptures say that man was created from the earth, and the earth, and deeper than that, the scriptures say that when the man was created, there was the waters in the earth. So he was created like clay. He was dark color. He's like clay. That's how the Lord formed him. You get what I'm saying? That's why you get the word human. It goes back to what? Hue means colored man. Yeah. All right? But to show you what? Read that, brother. Yep.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, whoever is born of God doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God.
Right. When you come into the truth that you're like born again, that you got a seed in you that it doesn't corrupt. There's a spirit in you that if you're part of that election, you're part of the chosen, you're not going to be corrupted. It's going to stay in you. Go ahead.
In this, the children of God are manifest.
Watch, check it out. In this, the children of God are manifest. Check it out.
And the children of the devil.
And the children of the devil.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother.
Okay, who loved not his brother? If the brothers brought it out that they were brought from the same womb. And when the older came out, he grabbed the other son. He grabbed onto his foot. His brother grabbed onto his foot, which what we did. That's what we did. We grabbed onto the so-called white man his foot. Like, get your ass back up in here. You know what I'm saying? Because there was fighting in the womb. And that's why they fight. That fight remains to this day. The so-called blacks and the whites are fighting to this day because they're mortal enemies. Okay? And this is how you can tell. Go ahead.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning,
right? That
we should love one another,
right?
Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one.
Cain, who was of that wicked one. Cain. What did he do? He killed his brother, right? Okay. When Esau Edom, the story of Esau Edom, he tried to kill his brother Jacob as well. Okay. So now you got to link these two. You got to link Cain and Esau together, and find out who are these people. Okay? And we're going to tell you, these are the white men. You hear me? Cain and Esau, their spirit is, their lineage goes back to Cain. They're the wicked. Because they've always tried to kill their brother. Because for the most part, our people, right, we're happy people. We're good people. We lie, we jovial, you know what I'm saying? We kick it, we have fun, we get along with each other, whatever. But look at what they do. That's why what the scriptures tell you. You shall know a man by his fruits, his actions and what he do. Look at what he does. Look at what he's done to this earth. Look what he's done to this world. Look what he's done to our people, especially our people. Right? They can never equate what they've done. It ain't equal. It ain't equal. What we've done to them ain't nothing what they've done to us. Right? The blacks all the way down to the Latinos, what they've done to us. The Native Americans, them, look at their history. They got it bad too.
Who came up with buck breaking? You know what buck breaking is? It's when a slave master would take the strongest slave, pin him to a piece of wood, bend him over, and rape him in front of all his family and all the other slaves.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff that has never been, that's not really publicized like that. There's a lot of things that happened in slavery that people don't even know what they did. You get me? A lot. There's a lot of, like, you know, selling babies like fruit, you know.
Gator bait.
Go ahead, read that.
They even got something called the Derby Dose, where the same dude, there was a guy, you know, Willie Lynch. He's the one that taught him about buck breaking, and it was a cultural practice. And they got something called the Derby Dose, where a dude in the Bahamas had a bunch of slaves, and if they ate anything in the field, he would pin them down to the ground with their back on the ground, and another slave would have to shit in their mouth. It's called the Derby Dose. You can look it up. Who comes up with that?
And what about the cannibalism?
Yep.
What about the cannibalism? They was eating.
They were eating slaves.
Yeah.
Live.
Yep.
There's a book called The Delectable Negro. That's a spirit that's in the earth that does those things. That's separate from everybody else. It's more wicked than anybody.
These people, hey, that's who these people are. That's what they do. The government and them, they satanic pedophiles. They drink blood and eat babies. That's what they do as a people. They think that's normal for them. And that's why we're reading to you. That's the wicked.
Right.
They prosper in the world. They got the wealth. They got the riches. They're ruling in this world. The Lord let them rule. That's why Jesus is white all over, and have the whole world believing that Jesus was white. The angels are white. Prophets was white. The Bible's white, but in reality, it's full of men of color. The tribes, the Israelites, the sons of the Most High. Read that, brother.
1 John 3 and verse 12, it says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him?
Why did he slay him? Go ahead.
Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
That's why he killed him, because he was wicked and his brother was righteous. And that's what they do to us. They know that they hella wicked, so they kill us. That's why. That's why they're doing this to us, because they're wicked. Go ahead.
Yeah, what was the point of infiltrating every civil rights movement? the Black Panthers, the Brown Berets.
Yep.
What was the point? All they wanted was justice. If these are righteous people, why wouldn't they want justice too?
Verse 13, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
Right.
We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Right.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Right.
And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Right. And they're murderers, man. Straight up and down, they're murderers. They raped, robbed, and murdered the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay?
I understand more. You guys have a flyer with like meetings.
You on YouTube, GMS Arizona.
GMS?
GMSAZ.
GMS-AZ.
Go ahead, brother. Finish that out.
Fine.
We'll leave you with the rest of this.
Verse 16, hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our life for the brethren. But whoso hath this world's good,
Right.
and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?
These people are filthy rich. They're in the trillions. Trillions times trillions of dollars. They see so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in these ghettos starving. They ain't gonna help us.
They shut down the government. On the first, food stamps supposed to end. Why you gotta end food stamps? But you said, well, how many billions over to Ukraine?
Yeah.
How many billions to Israel right now? Why you gotta end food stamps here?
And another thing that we've been talking about, they want to go into Chicago. They want to go into Tennessee, Memphis, and get all these blacks, all these gangbangers, and they want to, you know what I'm saying? Start a war with them. Like, there's so much shit they could be doing, but they don't. All they sole purpose is to make our life a living hell, because the Heavenly Father put them over us because we were disobedient to Him. So He put His ass over us to whoop our ass. That's who He is. So I hope that answered your question.
I appreciate you guys for taking the time out. Because it seems like I'm not interested, but I very much am.
Yeah, one more point for you too. If they're able to find all these illegal immigrants, right? Why is it that they can't come out with the Epstein list? Jeffrey Epstein
Who
list.
is that?
No, the list for all the people that was doing all the kind of PDF files. Why is that? How can they find all these illegal people just randomly around the U.S.?
People.
You see what I mean?
They have.
It's hard to answer, huh?
But on other people's necks, put it that way. And it's the same shit with that. You know what I mean? Without cursing, but you just never know. And it could be.
You do know. You do know. You just don't. The dark truth, it hurts to look at. Because then it's like you live in such an evil world.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna be quiet. If you were black male, right?
Yeah.
Black male, like your family,
Yeah.
say some shit you've done.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
From what I see on movies and shit like that. Would you jeopardize your family for keeping some shit hidden?
But you're saying to keep it hidden.
That everybody.
But if they have technology where they can find somebody randomly that's under the radar,
Yeah.
why haven't they found all the pedophiles?
But even if they did, what would they do with them? Because how would they explain family?
That's a problem with justice, ain't it?
But you get, I understand.
You get what I mean?
No, I.
So then what people run away from justice? En masse. Look at Israel. They bombing those people to smithereens. They started the conflict, bombed everybody, and now they're actually playing victim. Who does that?
You can basically just walk
Devil.
out of the
We
room.
read it in Genesis.
The next day.
It says, isn't there a blessing for me? He sold his birthright. Now he's begging for something. That's an Edomite spirit. That's a white man's spirit.
And when Cain killed his brother, the Most High judged him, right? And he says, my judgment is too hard for me to bear.
Right.
And the scriptures say that he would be a thief and a vagabond for the rest of his life. And that's what he is. He's a thief and a vagabond. He's escaping justice. That's what he does. He's a criminal on the loose.
Yeah.
That's the white man is. He's a criminal on the loose. The Lord sees him. We're prophesying against him and tell him that his kingdom is going to go down and the Lord is going to come and raise up a kingdom over his kingdom. So you can expect a criminal to lie, to cheat, to steal, to avoid all manner of punishment because he doesn't want the truth to get out of who he is. That he's the damn devil, because the scriptures tell you in that same chapter that he who finds me shall surely kill me.
Yeah.
So if you knew who he was, you don't want to kill his ass. You don't want to be friends with him. You don't want to have him at your house because you understand that he's a devil, he's the wicked, and he's a criminal. That he needs to be brought to justice. So the Epstein files ain't gonna come out.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get Joe Schmo that sell dope on the corner. They can, Jose Ramirez and Joe Johnson. They can. Oh, they gonna give you 20. That lady got what? 11 years for selling food stamps.
Bro, there was a lady that there was a guy that just got arrested, a Negro that just got arrested for selling baked goods without a license, and he got put in prison for 10 years. But it's recent.
But let some of them can go up there and be like, oh, he too sensitive for prison. Oh, we're not gonna send him to prison. You see, the whole system is corrupted, and it's for us.
Yeah.
But for them, they got loophole. They can worm their ass because it's not meant for them to get the ass whooping yet. When the Lord comes, then they're gonna get that ass whooping. Yeah. Because when the black God comes out the sky, everybody gonna shit their pants. Everybody gonna lose their mind. And that's what we're here to tell the people.
Yeah, that makes that's a lot. That's a lot. Some shit to think of.
And what's your ethnicity? You know what I'm asking.
My father comes from the Irish, which is where like a lot of our people fled.
Our people all up through there too. So
What do they call it? Scots. You know what the word Scot means? Dark.
I don't, but
Dark.
what's the Scottish heritage?
Dark. Because they were dark. Scottish. No, Scottish. Dark. They used to call the Scottish swarthy people. Swarthy means dark. You look at, there's a book with the royalty, the Irish. All of them have black faces. Because our people went everywhere. When niggas go somewhere, they fuck it. So that's what happens. That's the truth. All right, then.
And this is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, why doest thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and they are they.
Bro's gonna take her away.
Why you can have it, brother. I'm just saying, like our people, like their what do you call it? Their reasoning is very, like how we just mentioned earlier, is it's simple. Like there's no way, the Epstein files could possibly come out because they don't want. What did she say?
Black man.
Yeah, like
But you let man, all of them doing it. That's why it ain't coming out.
The whole time she couldn't get past this brother because that's what she did. The final question was,
why is he here? Yeah. But when we said that Israel was scattered throughout the earth, that should like ring a bell. When I said that our people are gonna look like Japanese, our people are gonna look like Africans, like, and then people don't link that. Like we went to that earlier. People don't link.
yeah, that's a deep knowledge though, bro. Like really, that's Habakkuk. They should do a work and they should not believe it. If he told them, I'm telling you, this is what it is, and people are like, nah, like y'all. When we got like evidence, bro, brought up Blake Griffin, so many fucking. It's common sense, bro. Like you put your seed in a woman, that seed's gonna look like that woman and shit. Most of the time, like the seed comes out looking more like the woman. Like you get lucky when they come out with. Well, I'm talking about like the color. Most of the time they get it from the birth. Like my seeds, they're more like their mom. They're light skinned and shit. That's why I'm like, man. Hopefully one of these fuckers comes out.
My son, bro. Look like this brother.
Yeah.
Light as hell. You know what I'm saying? Light. You would think he a straight Instagram or a ghetto. But then you see his father, black than a mother.
We got living proof, man. It's just, you gotta see it sometimes to experiment it, man.
Hey, Jake, I would say, bro, Jake get around. Man, Tupac had that song. You know what I'm saying?
Get around.
Jake get around, bro. We don't, wherever we go, we're sought after, man. You know what I'm saying? We're exotic in these other lands, man. Don't get it twisted. America got niggas thinking that they ain't shit, man. You go to these other places, Colombia, these other regions, Japtown, where this brother just came from. are a hot commodity.
They don't need us day one.
You know what I'm saying? Them Asians, it used to be a game, I think it was called like Knockout or something like that. They used to have Mike Tyson with big ass glove, big ass boxing gloves and shit like that. You know what I mean? They look at, they look at so-called black men or the Israelites
Larger than
in
life.
general, and make characters out of them. What you think Marvel is about? Obviously, they don't have the color we got, but when you go into the scriptures, you could, with the Hulk, where you get his strength? Who is symbolizing as the Hulk? Samson. You know what I'm saying? Superman, the Lord, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So you go to we're the most sought after people and study people, and what they do is they profit off that. Ain't nobody out here trying to mimic the white man, man. The only thing the white man is good at is fucking war.
That's right.
That's it. When you want to learn about war, you want to learn about tactics and how to make fucking bombs and shit, these flashbangs, you look at the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know what I mean? Like, they're good at war. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be 9, 10, 11 years old. They don't have football dreams or hoop dreams. These niggas want to go to the military, man.
Hey, if I may say, there's a little boy. There was a little boy where me and my pops worked. We were sitting in the lunchroom, and we would see the boss, and the boss was Edomite. He walk around with his little son looking around, little sweet little dude. And then we talking to him, we like, hey man, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's like, I want to kill my dad.
Damn.
Bro, and I had to be on my phone. We're like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, I want to be a police officer. We're like, okay, that's good, man. That's what's up. He's like, well, what's the first thing you're gonna do when you're a police officer? He's like, I'm gonna shoot my dad. I was like, damn, bro, but see, that's a young age.
The wicked are strange
from the womb.
Who think about killing at that age? How old was he?
He was at least like 8 years old.
You don't even think about girls at 7, 8 years old. This nigga think about killing, man.
Yeah, bro.
Usually the first thing a boy think about after he get done playing with action figures and shit like that, you get about 10, 11, 12. You can't go do a gas problem at the board. Your desk down there saying you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you thinking about you looking around like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You looking at Susie and then you looking at Mariah and this and that. You get a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Silliana and all. Bro, I had a girlfriend in the first grade, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you thinking about women. You know what I'm saying? When, young men, but you a young man at 12. You know what I'm saying? But before that, it's cooties and this now boys they in the action playing games and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga think about killing, man. What the fuck? And then he probably don't have he don't live in the hood, so it's not around him. This nigga think about killing. He want to be a police officer at that age, in his spirit. He's
dissecting fucking
But it makes sense too because the first
hunting fucking rabbits and shit.
The frog down.
that's what you know.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer. He started fantasizing about dissecting people because his dad used to pick up roadkill with him. You know what I'm saying? Pick up roadkill, and roadkill, you ever go to California or wherever you're traveling, you be dead shit all in the street. You know what I'm saying? From getting hit by cars, they would go collect it and pick it up. And he started having cravings of that type of shit, but his dad would have the same cravings. But he just never acted upon it. Jeffrey Dahmer did, and what he do? He started luring niggas in, mow niggas in, and start laying with these niggas, dissecting these niggas, and eating these niggas. And that's a monster for you, man. It's a fucking monster. You want to be around, it'd be the most uncoordinated, can't ride a bike, this nigga can't cook, and chew bubble gum at the same time, Edomite, who would just look at you that you don't think nothing of. This nigga gonna swing his arms when he walk or nothing, that'll kill your motherfucker ass.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. He used to have sex with the viscera. What? Viscera is your intestines and all your bodily organs?
That nigga, that's a monster,
That's somebody who's not there, bro.
And he was a dweeb, bro. You look at him, nigga, probably like 160 pounds, 170 pounds. Right, he gotta lure you in because he probably can't fight. But then he drug you up and do these crazy things to you, man. You motherfucking sick in the head, bro.
Hey, bro, they make movies like what's that one movie called? The Human Centipede.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, they make movies like that, and and bro, they think about shit like that. Hey, bro, that's why Job said. Hey, bro, that's why Job said that he didn't even trust his dog to be around them, man.
Oh, yeah,
Some of the dogs, man.
Bro.
Well, that goes to show you that they did stuff with dogs. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say his reasoning, but his reasoning is not upright in him, bro. So he ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Who was more profane than Esau?
Outside the temple.
You know, when you also think about Esau and his kids as well, what's the first toy they get? A gun, a sword. So they're already prepared to go what? Kill. Little gunner, little Zach is out there at 9 years old, can take a rifle and shoot wings off a clock at 30 yards. You know what I'm saying? He's got little John Wick running around. So 9 years old.
They can shoot whiskers off a cat, man.
They name Gunner, Zach,
Hunter.
Hunter, yeah.
Conrad,
bro.
Gunner.
Gunner. Yeah, because they named me Gunner.
I mean, look at this thing. Ain't no way he right.
No.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Looking like a Waterford son.
He got on the circus overall.
he got on the stripe, motherfucking insane asylum overall.
That nigga doing some freakiness.
He got the orange insane asylum
No
overall
t-shirt
pattern going on.
Yeah.
Like, nothing underneath.
Yeah, he's not
Probably ain't wearing nothing underneath. No, not at all. You
Nigga,
can't even wear socks, bro. You can't even wear socks.
that nigga naked under that jumpsuit, man. I ain't got nothing under that.
He got no under roof.
Whatever.
Ain't got nothing.
Damn.
So my bushes
He's
that
so
die.
sick of this.
Just going back, just kind of proving who Esau is. This is Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew. Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, I'm reading NLT. It says, as the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman. But Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. So it just goes to show you, who's who. Esau, he hunted. You can go to
Cabela's, all them places, magazines. Yeah.
what's that? A bass pro shop or
Bass Pro Shop.
Esau, like he's in there. All right. Hunting area.
Well, look at the magazines. Just all you gotta do is when you go to Walmart or whatever, look at the magazines and look at the hunting. Who do you see with the deer or the lion or whatever with their gun with a big smile on their end? You see Esau Edom on there. You don't see Jake on there. It is what it is. The hunter.
They're big into camping too. Right?
Yeah.
What's that one thing called too? Trophy hunting or something
Yeah,
like
trophy,
that?
that's what I'm talking about. Trophy hunting.
Oh yeah.
That's shooting. Yeah, just shooting shit.
They
Shoot
just like to
killing.
be outdoors and in nature. Yeah,
Rubbing in the dirt.
all that type of
They
shit.
ain't even eating to kill.
No.
I mean, they ain't even killing to eat. These niggas killing for
For
sport.
sport.
You know what I'm saying? They killing for taking pictures by the dead carcass.
Yeah, blood coming out of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine no shit
Hey,
like that.
hey, what do they be doing too? They be taking out the heart and taking a bite out that motherfucker.
Who's doing this?
They been having, as of late, a lot of Edomites been eating like ground meat, beef,
Oh, yeah.
and
Raw
meat, raw shit, like bro.
They had an Edomite. It was like a couple months ago. There was a whole bunch of Edomite women, and they had like a potluck. You bring somebody
hell
bring
no.
the chicken, somebody bring the baked mac and
Which is
cheese.
good, right
This
there.
motherfuckers, they bringing like T-bone steak. Ain't nothing cooked, man. That motherfucker still sitting there hitting the jig. They just passing the shit around, and then
Some salt.
bro, they put ketchup on it,
They
bro.
got hair on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness fucking gracious, bro.
You don't have to pluck the chicken.
He said, he said it's fresh. It's fresh.
Fiber.
Did you see the one with the Edomite with the Judite girl? He made her eat raw hamburger meat,
I saw that.
and she was like, "Oh, is it good?" She's like, "It's good." And she was biting into it. Hey, man.
The Jake woman gonna learn, man. If they put almonds in the potato salad, it's time to walk away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No mustard.
Yeah,
That's
Almonds
Hey,
in
that
the
picture, there was a video of a Judite woman. I don't know how they actually she was recording this Edomite talking about, "I'm gonna kill you, I'll kill you," and she's in the seat like, "I'll never." And she said the caption was, "I'm never dating outside my race again." He's like, "I'm gonna kill you. Keep messing with me, I'll kill you." I was like, "Man, y'all gonna learn, man."
You love that serpent.
But bitch, it's too late, bitch. Yeah, you already laid with that nigga.
They ain't gonna let you leave.
Yeah, it's already too late. That nigga he got a noose in his trunk.
Wait, he already moved the
Hang
dresser.
you by your weave, bitch.
He already moved the dresser against his door, so when the police come, he got time to get you.
I can't stand, bro.
She said he just plays like that.
He don't
He don't mean it.
He don't mean it.
It's a game.
was
He's
drunk.
playing.
He was just when he said
He's got a black guy. He's like, it's a game. It's a game.
Yeah, two black guys.
It was role playing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, role
And you was
playing.
trying to
There you go.
escape. Nigga put an R on your eye.
Guess what? We ain't here
For
for
real. Come on, brother.
Shit, bros, got any other precepts, man? Shit, Lord willing, this is edifying. Say, call Allah.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.